Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we have some more information on the new unreleased vehicles that have arrived in the Smuggler's Run update that are going to be coming soon, releasing over the next couple weeks and months. So we've got a lot to talk about today, so let's not waste any more time, and let's jump straight into it. Okay, so yesterday we were able to briefly touch on the descriptions and some prices of these vehicles. Well, since that video has come out, there's been a lot more information released. Let's start with how these vehicles are going to look on the website. So let's start on Elitist Travel website first. So you can see that there's going to be two new vehicles that will be added to this website. You have the Howard NX25 that will be the first vehicle released. Now it's going to have a price between $975,000 and $1,296,000. That's going to be the buy it now price versus the trade-in value. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then you have the Seabreeze. Now, the Seabreeze is going to be the second vehicle released, and its price is between $850,000 and $1,130,000. And you can see that it seats two people, whereas the Howard NX25 can only seat one person. So those are the two new vehicles that are going to be arriving on Elitist. You can already see that we have three vehicles from their release yesterday. Let's move on to the Legendary Motorsports site, where we're going to be getting two new vehicles as well. The first vehicle we're going to be getting is the Debauchee Rapid GT Classic. So this is going to be a sports classic vehicle that has been confirmed, and it's going to seat two people, and its price is $885,000. Now this one doesn't have a buy it now or a trade-in price, which is good, obviously, because it's not an aircraft or anything like that. And that is the first vehicle. And then the second one is going to be another supercar, which is the Coil Cyclone. So the Coil Cyclone is coming in at $1,890,000. So making it a little bit cheaper than the supercar that arrived earlier yesterday, the Vigilante. And it should have been pretty obvious, but both those vehicles can seat two passengers. And then we move on to the bulk of where our vehicles are going to be released, and that is on Warstock Cash and Carry. So the first vehicle all the way in the bottom left that's going to be released is going to be the M10 Bomb Bushka. So this has a price between $4,450,000 and $5,918,000, making it the most expensive vehicle from this update that is brand new. And the reason I say that is because we're going to have to talk about something even more expensive a little bit later. So you can see it can seat six people, which is pretty awesome. This is going to be that vehicle that is the almost air MOC of the sky, which is really, really cool. The next vehicle that will be released after that is the Mogul. So the Mogul is priced between $2,350,000 and $3,125,000. And you can see it's going to seat three people. Now, what's kind of cool about this is most of these aircrafts can actually be used already in-game in the sourcing missions. So yesterday we did a live stream where we got to use the Pyro, the Mogul, the Nakota, and the Hunter. So all four of those helicopters and planes, which is pretty awesome. So following that, we have the Pyro. The Pyro's price is between $3,350,000 and $4,455,000. And once again, that price is all determined by if you've done the required number of sourcing missions, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The Pyro can seat two people as well. Following that vehicle, we have the Vigilante. Kind of odd to see a supercar on Warstock Cash and Carry, but it is definitely here. The Vigilante is $3,750,000. It can seat two people. It's the Batman car. It's the Tumbler, so that's pretty awesome. It has a ton of cool weaponized features. After that, we have the P45 Nakota, which is pretty awesome too. It can only seat one person, and it is priced between $1,995,000 and $2,653,000, so I can't wait for that jet to be added into the game. After that, we have the Fh1 Hunter, which is priced between $3,100,000 and $4,123,000. The Hunter can actually seat two people, and it's going to be one of the last vehicles actually released in this update. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that, but it is going to take a while to actually come out. And then the last one. This one is by far the most interesting, and I'm not even joking when I say that this is the price. The P996 Laser, $6,500,000. That's right, the same laser jet that we've had in the game since day one that can be found at the military base is now $6,500,000. So I think that something's up with this. I think that this might actually be a mistake, or Rockstar might have added some amazing secret feature to this jet. I'm really not too sure, but at the end of the day, it's nearly $7 million. Are you kidding me? That's the most craziest thing I have ever heard. So now that you've seen all the vehicles on the website, it should give you a pretty good idea of the release order. Now, we don't know exactly the release order because it is spread out between 3 different websites. So, for example, Rockstar could release a vehicle on Elitist, then jump back to a vehicle on Warstock, but we do know the general order. It's going to be the Bomb Bushka, the Mogul, the Pyro, the Vigilante, the Nakota, the Hunter, and the Laser. That's going to be the release for Warstock. On Legendary Motorsports, the Rapid GT Classic is going to come before the Cyclone, and on Elitist, the Howard is going to come before the Seabreeze. So that should give you a pretty good idea of the order. Now, I told you guys about some of the prices and how there's a trade-in price versus a buy-it-now price. Well, according to FunMW2, here's the amount of supply missions required for the trade-in price. So for the Bomb Bushka, it's 24. For the Howard, it's 27. For the Mogul, it's 30. For the Pyro, it's 33. Seabreeze, 36. Nakota is 39. And the Hunter, which is the last one, is 42. So I think the final one we have in the game right now is for the Tula, which is actually stuck at 21. So that would actually make sense right there. So the Bomb Bushka is going to have the lowest amount of supply missions required to get that trade-in price, and the Hunter is going to have the highest amount. So once again, if you're tight on cash, which I know this update is incredibly expensive, then you might want to start prioritizing those sourcing missions, because even if you've already done 21 to unlock the Tula, well, just know that there's a bunch more vehicles coming that you'll still get bonuses for if you end up doing the discounts even more than that. So I briefly showed this to you guys yesterday, but this is what the photos of the airplanes and the helicopters are going to look like in game and on the websites. So if you want to pause the screen right now and check it out for yourself, you totally can. Some of the older vehicles are already mixed in with this, like the Tula and the other older planes. So forgive us for that. But you can also see some of the new ones too, like the Hunter, the Nakota, the Pyro, stuff like that. So it should give you a pretty good idea of what these planes are going to look like on their in-game website. And we certainly can't forget about the vehicles either. Once again, you can see some of the older ones right here, like the Grati Vision and the new Ford Escort. But you can also see the 3 other vehicles that are going to be arriving: the Rapid GT Classic, the Coil Cyclone, and the Batmobile, the Vigilante. So that's pretty cool. Once again, you can pause the screen if you want to check it out for yourself. Those are all the brand new vehicles that are going to be arriving. Speaking of those brand new vehicles, they have their own icons on the screen. So if you take a look at this right here, these are all the new icons that are added. You actually might have noticed that if you look on the mini-map, if you see someone in one of these new planes or helicopters, they're going to appear as a special icon, kind of similar to the way that the gun-running vehicles appear on the screen. So this is pretty cool. You can see some of the new ones up there, like the Hunter. You can also see the Bomb Bushka, that big plane in the bottom right. So that's pretty awesome as well. The only one I don't know is that like multi-cornered shape one. It's right next to the hangar. I have no idea what that is. It's in between the hangar and the flag with a question mark. If you guys can tell me what that is, that would be greatly appreciated. But I have not seen that one so far. Maybe it's something super obvious that I'm just missing, but who knows? I just haven't seen it yet. And also, just in case you're curious, this is what it looks like on the iFruit app. Those are some of the brand new vehicles, including the Batmobile, the Vigilante that's going to be coming. You can see the stock wheels and whatnot. Although, in the gameplay you guys have been seeing on the screen, you should have seen at least a little bit of footage of the Vigilante, and I think that this is really awesome. This is the first time that I've actually gotten to play around with the vehicles, so getting you guys some gameplay is actually pretty cool here. Now, one thing I want to let you guys know that I am going to be doing later today is I'm going to be doing a customization live stream of some of these new vehicles. So Script Hook has actually not been updated, and in case that doesn't mean anything to you guys, it basically means that mods cannot really work. So customizing these vehicles is kind of tricky, but I am going to be able to do some of them, which is really cool. So that's what we're going to be doing later today on live stream. I'm going to be taking the new vehicles like the Debauchee Rapid GT Classic. We're going to be customizing it. Same with the Coil Cyclone. We're going to be customizing it, as well as some of the other helicopters, jets, and planes. I'm going to show them to you guys, give you an in-depth look and breakdown, kind of like an early look at all the planes and all the jets and all the new vehicles and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that later today. That's going to be a pretty fun live stream, and I know I'm going to have a lot of fun doing that as well. But hopefully in this video as well, it gave you a nice, good first look at some of the new vehicles that are going to be arriving, hopefully over the next couple weeks and months. And speaking of when these vehicles are going to be releasing, a lot of you guys have been asking, how long is it going to take for all these vehicles to come out? Well, we have 11 vehicles left in the files of the game. So if Rockstar were to do the pattern that they did with gun running, which is release one vehicle per week, that means that it's going to take until November 14th until all of these vehicles get released. I'm not even joking. If they do one vehicle per week starting next Tuesday on September, I think it's 4th or 5th, it's going to literally take them till November 14th. I mean, what the heck? That seems like ages away. And there's always a good chance that they could take a break, maybe for Halloween, or they could maybe introduce the other DLC that was kind of built in with this, which we'll talk about in another video, the air races. So yeah, things are pretty crazy with this update. So you may not get the vehicle you want until November, which is nuts. So like I said, we have a long time till we're going to get these vehicles, but we're going to get our chance to get our hands on them a little bit later this afternoon. But anyways, that's all the information that I have for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy, and hopefully you learned a thing or two about these new vehicles. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go and enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.